morning, good afternoon to our audience. Today, my guest is Daniel. Daniel is the CEO of Core Case. Daniel, welcome to the show, and thank you for joining us. Please introduce yourself, the company, and tell us what you guys do.
Okay, thank you, Jorge, for having me in your podcast. It's a pleasure. Well, I'm the CEO of Corcase. My background is in geology. I have master in environmental geology and PhD in economic geology. I worked 10 years in the mining industry as a geologist in exploration and after in underground and open pit mining. And during that time, I start to see some situations regarding the use of drill cores, and I decided to develop a product that become the car case company. Actually, my first contact with drill cores it was about 2005, 2006. I am a geologist of a nickel company in Brazil. And that time, for me, we are very advanced in technology in these kind of things, three-dimensional softwares and geophysics, geochemistry, everything is very advanced for me that time. But still using wooden box to storage drill cores. And for me, that time, that doesn't make sense. Because I don't know in US, in Canada, maybe it's not so expensive to make drill holes, but in Brazil, it's too expensive. So for me, again, it doesn't make sense to storage a expensive product in a so old school package like that. In that time, for example, I'm here organizing the samples, and beside me, the guys fixing the wooden box using hammers with nails, these kind of things. And for me, it's impressive. But okay, past that time, I I moved to one of the major gold companies in the world, and the same thing happens using wooden box, but it's worse than the company before because they transfer the cores from the wooden box to the zinc sheets, not not a box. They use the kind of material that is very dangerous because the corners is dangerous for the hands, for the arms. 8 compartments to put cores, so it's very heavy. Try to understand that is not a punctual problem. It's a general problem in the mining industry in Brazil at that time because I started to talk with other colleagues, geologists. They told me, no, in the other company that I worked before is the same. Oh, so I understood that it's a general situation in the mining industry at the time. I started to research about better solutions, and I found some kind of different core box in US, in Canada, but that time pay my attention in the Australia. The Australia, the product is made of plastic. That time, I'm not thinking to transform this idea in a business. I'm thinking into solve the problem inside the company that I was working. And when I make the calculations, I asked for my supplier to make the calculations for me. What is the cost to bring from Australia to Brazil that kind of core boxes? Very expensive because the taxes, because the freight, so not possible to buy that product at that time. Always in my head, well, it's not possible. You need to make something different, more safety, more thinking in the environment, because in Brazil you have a problem. For example, I have a project in Amazon
Mhm.
region. I'm looking for someone that produce wood. Probably the wood is from native forest, not a reforestation forest. And so I think about this issue as well, not just to solve the day-by-day problems of the geologists, but thinking in sustainability and safety issues, these kind of things. So I decided to go more deep and try to understand how is the process to produce plastic products, because that time for me the plastic industry is totally new area. I never think about that before. And I try to understand that you need decide how the polymer you can use it to do specific products. It's not, for example, everybody knows about PET, PET. But the case of the car trays, you need to use polypropylene or other kind of plastic. So I need to understand, I need to study about that. That is not possible to do this inside the company that I work. It's like a new industry inside of other industry. It was the first time that I started thinking in that idea in a business for myself. Difficult to think, oh, I continue in this direction or I go to the other way, to try to create a new business is complicated. So in that time, I have a friend that I know because the rock and roll bands, because these things, but he have experience in the bank sector, financial sector. I talked to him about the idea, and interesting. And I think this is possible to increase or just for some few companies. What do you think about it? Try to explain about him the idea, and this guy becoming my company partner, and it was very good because I couldn't to do the both things in that time, the technical things about plastic, technical things about the product, be responsible for the financial things in the same time. Flavio is his name. I could keep working with geologists in that time, increasing my network, increasing the understanding of the use of the car trays in the sector. It's very important, this partnership. It was the difference and have success or not in my business.
It's absolutely beautiful, and it's very true that we can't always do everything by ourselves. It's very important the people that we join with, and that's super cool. I love it. Allow me to ask, just for our listeners, whoever's listening, how was the first few years of your operations? What were your first customers like? Did you do like marketing campaigns, like, or did you just do by referrals?
Yeah, it's a good point because before I put more money in the idea that become a business, I went to talk with the owners of the second major drilling company in Brazil. That, for coincidence, it was in the same city that I lived at that time.
Hmm.
And I know the one of the owners, of the founders of this company, because I have some meetings about drilling in the company that I work at, the gold company that I told you before. And this guy, sometimes we are together in the same meeting, talking about drilling, about the contracts. So in one of this opportunity, I told to him, I have a project to do some different card trays. What do you think about that? And he told me, no, it's interesting. Actually, we are looking for it because some companies want to replace the wooden box because the environment issues, this kind of things. Yeah, well, good to know about that. In one more opportunity, he told him, no, make a summarized business plan and bring it into the office of our company because I want to show for my company partner as well. So I went there, I show, and he told him, "Oh, nice. If you return here with a car trace in your arm, probably you have an amount the next month is about 20,000 trays to buy from you." Yeah, well, interesting. Okay, and I did continue the project, and when I returned there, he told me, "Yeah, this would just the NQ diameter. I will need the HQ as well, and I need the lead, and I need the accessories." Oh, okay, calm down. I need I, I need to invest more money for that, but I would like to show you the product is ready to use. But at that time, it's just the generation one
Mhm.
that you did is a simple project, not so expensive product to produce the mold and produce the trays as well. but worked. It's not the best one like the generation 2, our second product, but it was the first contact with an important client. This client actually they purchase our products to resale for the mining industry. And for coincidence, the first sale it was for that gold mining that I worked before. Everything linked. Because it's the same city. I live in that city because I went there for this gold mining. But after that, I already working at other company. This just the start. It's very tough because actually you need to break the paradigms, change of mind of the perception of use of old school product as a wooden box for a new one. And some guys, some geologists with old school style, they prefer to use the thing that he used it. Why to change for a new one? And actually, we spend about 3 years for the guys start to change the mind. When you decided to develop the generation 2, the generation 2 actually opened the market for us, but it happens 2014, 4 years after we start the company.
Absolutely. And it gets very tricky when our teams need to change or switch from a bad habit, or at least an outdated habit. And that's very useful, very interesting. That does raise a question for me, because the goal of Core Case is to add value to the production process of these companies of natural resources. However, for these companies, like you just said, they say, well, but why? A gente tenemos caixas de madeiras. No, we have wooden boxes. Like, well, we're making tens, hundreds of millions of dollars a month. So why do we need a change from wooden boxes? So how does Core Case help these mining operations receive a larger return on investment or receive additional funding from investors in the long run?
Yeah, it's a good point, because it's not just the cost benefit of. If you think about the cost benefit, is easy to make some calculations that depends of the region. For example, in Brazil, that the weather is tropical. You have a rainy season, you have dry seasons, you have the insects like termites that in some place destroy the box as a chocolate.
Oh
Uh,
yes, dinner time.
exactly. But you need to think about other points now. For example, now everybody talking about ESG strategies. Our trays are made with 100% of recycled plastic. Since the beginning, when we started, our first trays was made with using recycled plastic. We never use virgin plastic in our production. If you buy our products, you contributing with the ESG strategies in this point environment. For other reasons, for example, safety. Our product is ergonomics, is lighter than wooden box. In actually is lighter if compared with other models of plastic trays as well, because in some countries decide to make, for example, NEQ size, NEQ diameters, they decided to use it with 5 rows, 5 compartments to put the samples. Okay, it's nice. If you think, oh, good, I will buy one trays and I can put one more meter inside. But try to lift this cord trays alone with 5 meters of cord. Is very, very heavy. It always needs 2 people. And you know that in the day-by-day use, you need to carry alone sometimes box to put it here in this shelf. You put it beside me. If you have products, you always, hey, my friend, come here to help me. it's,
Like, sorry,
it's
I'm
not
busy, I'm too busy. I can't do
exactly. It's not in the real situation. It's complicated. So
it.
you decided to put this model of trays with just 4 rows. It's not because of the design of this kind of thing. No, we're thinking about this issue, ergonomics and safety. This is an important point. environment saved in cost benefit, because our traces will not be attacked for termites or for the weather, for example.
Molding or any sort of environmental factors that could potentially ruin the wood. And you have to replace the wood. It gets
Yeah.
bad, it chips and all that. And I love it. I love your strategy because you're absolutely right. And especially when one goes to your website, they become like fully immersed in the ecosystem of core case. And the type of content that you make is one of my favorite types of content, which is education. What is
Mhm.
ESG? ESG, how does your product comply with the or
Yeah.
fulfill this requirement? You want people to know how your product works as an important supplier of geology drilling supplies and safety of geological data. So recently, what is working for you to find new clients? Are you taking any new marketing endeavors or a specific channel or communities? Where do your customers come from and how do you find them?
Yes, to the in Brazil, I think you have about 18 to 90% of the market share. You are very surprised when a new company looking for us. I need you. I would like to test your core trace. Oh, really? Because in
Mhm.
Brazil, it's very widespread. Our challenge now is in the international market, like here in Canada and US as well, and Chile, Peru, these other countries. And for to make some differential of our product, few years ago you developed a system that's called Manager. It's a software that track all process of the activities using core drills since the drill rig, the field, until the final storage, and use RFID antennas. Actually, have a tag in the core trace to track during all the process. You can control if you're a manager, if you're a geologist in your office, you can know where is specific core trace in that moment, and who is the last person that makes some process, for example, description or sampling in that specific interval of samples inside that specific core trace. Now you're more confident to start to advertise and to promote this in other countries. Actually, now you have a company in Chile that they are able to make the support for the system as well. And I developing a geologist here in Canada for the same, to be like a support person for the system. Probably the future, because the process involved in core drills management and the core drills storage, because this is very useful for the marketing. You need to make some auditions to visit the mining companies, and when they visit the mining companies, they want to see the cores. And with the traceability is very easy to find specific interval of the drill hole to keep your samples well organized. I think this will be the future of mining companies.
Absolutely. I love it. This product is the perfect outcome of innovation, sustainability for maintaining the data samples, which is crucial in any phase of the mining operation. Even Manager, your software is taking it to the next level. You have this unified digital logistics ecosystem, for traceability, especially in large corporations in the United
Yeah.
States, ones that we're working with, the legal requirements like chain of custody requirements, cadea de custodia. It,
Mm-hmm.
your system does it comply completely with the chain of custody requirements? How does your team manage or help her comply with these sort of legal requirements for traceability?
Yeah, the next steps, because in the day by day use, it's fine because you help you with the process. Né? And after think about the final storage is easy to find, but it's not just that. You think how to link it with key AC procedures, is linked with the regulations as NI 43101 or JORC from Australia. Everything is linked. If you have a better process, if you have a better organization of our data, of our cores, for the auditors, for the qualified person, it's better to do the job, because it's not the digital information that you need to see. He need to go to the warehouse and see if that specific drill hole interval exists. So I think that the process helps in everything, not just for the geologist technician that work day by day, but in the other process involved, like auditors and regulations. Everything is linked.
Oh yes, it's all connected like a unified platform of intelligence. I love it. Not just it's not just innovative, it's compliant, legal, environmental, social requirements. So with all of these amazing products and expansion on the vision, what do you believe in this next year? What do you believe is something new that you guys have planned as a company in terms of business growth, like new product, new implementation, new strategies?
Yeah, I start to make some partnerships with companies that has synergy with us. For example, drilling companies or companies that developed softwares, that developed geo solutions. So we try to make some partnerships with them because our products can be related. Sometimes the company wants a solution for not just for specific points. Now, when you're looking for a company, for example, a drilling company, sometimes they will, but okay, do you have the trays? Okay, I have, but do you have the infrastructure for the warehouse? The companies sometimes wants more complete solutions, not
Hmm.
just compartments of solutions. So you try to make some partnerships with companies that you can offer for our clients better level of solutions in general, not just
Hmm.
specific, like us. Okay, you sell the car trays, but I know that sometimes the company wants more. They
Hmm.
want some company that make the shelves. They want the company, for example, that customize a system for them. I think this is maybe this be the future for us. Some partnerships and sometimes create developing new solutions in this same direction.
Yeah, 100% agree. And as we all know, mining companies have huge contracts, whether it's with others, companies, even governmental contracts, and they need to deliver all the scope, they need to deliver the schedule, and as well, they are making hundreds of millions of dollars a month. And I love selling anything that has scarcity, right? And so it's easier to open up these conversations because you're dealing with safety. They have the budget. And if they are concerned with if they're concerned with environment or ESG or even ISO, I mean, who wouldn't be open to discuss these? It allows you to have a great conversation. These these software companies, these tech companies that you're looking to partner with, that you've spoken to, what are some aspects of their solutions or their offers that you love, and what are some that maybe you don't like so much?
Yeah, there is the things linked with the hardware and linked with the software. Two
Hmm.
different situations. I like the
Absolutely.
machines, the technology involved in the drilling, in the drill rigs, these kind of things.
Hmm.
But I think today with the hyperspectral scanners, very interesting level of advanced technology in board. I think you need to pay attention about that, where this technology you reach in the future. Artificial intelligence as well to solve some specific day by day problems that you have. For example, I'm geologist describing a car.
Hmm.
I have my background for other companies that I worked before, and sometimes I bring it for the new situation. And for example, I describe a rock that for me schist, né? But for the other guy, it can be a no, it's a graffiti schist or something like something.
Absolutely.
Né? Or the color. The color is very tricky thing. Because for
Mm-hmm.
me, sometimes no, it's a green, gray, but the other guy, no, it's more, it's a blue gray.
Oh, it's
No,
emerald. Come on, it's emerald.
yeah, exactly. It's complicated. I think maybe artificial intelligence can help us with this is standard with the
Hmm.
because I work in companies that you have more than 100 lithologies, different types of rocks.
Okay.
But sometimes one type is the same with 10 variations. So I think artificial intelligence can help us to improve this interpretation to make a better database. Artificial intelligence probably can be a total new vision in the mining industry, in the geology, in the next few years.
Absolutely. So are we talking about like image recognition, like where it's analyzing from images, like the rock and it's doing it, or are we talking more from like a data standpoint of what this AI could do?
I think everything, not
Hmm.
just the image, just in the point that sometimes you can describe just looking for the photo is not necessary the rock, depend of
Yeah.
the quality of the images. Now the scanners can get other informations, mainly the hype spectral. It's possible to have some information about the mineralogy
Hmm.
and about this chemistry. A lot of information that you can get using the new models of scanners today.
Possibilities are endless. I love it. Really enjoyed it. It's a great product. And so if someone wanted to potentially collaborate, invest, or know more about your product, where could they find you? And what's the best way to contact you?
Can contact by our website, carcase.com. I use a lot LinkedIn. You can send me an email, for example, daniel@carcase.com. The website, you can find every, every information that you need about us.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna go ahead and put your email, LinkedIn, and the website down in the comments so that everyone can find you. And
Yes,
Daniel, I want to thank you for hopping on the show, having this nice conversation to learn a little bit more of Core Case. I would love to invite you again sometime. So it's always a pleasure to speak with you. Thank you so much for hopping on the show with us.
I would like to thank you, Hardy, for the invitation. It's a very good opportunity to talk a little more about our company, Carcase. And actually, I love to talk not just about my company, but about the mining industry. And thanks for having me.
Oh, absolutely. I'd love to hear that. No, yeah, we'll definitely see you again around here on the gold standard. And for our audience, thank you for joining in, and we'll see you next week. We'll see you in the next episode.